Dennis is in Loughborough. Dennis, good evening.
Good evening, Daniel. I had a problem about 10 months ago where I'd booked a holiday, a cruise, to fly from another airport local. I'm 81 and I've had quite a lot of medical problems falling, one which had broke my teeth. Anyway, my dog teeth. What happened was when I got to the airport, I tend, by the way, to slur my words a little bit. You might pick it up tonight.
That's right, Dennis. You're very articulate.
Thank you. Anyway, basically, I got to the airport with my partner, and we were due to walk in to get the plane, and immediately I was told I was drunk. Right, I'd had 1 pint of shandy at the local, airport bar. My partner had a meal and a couple of small glasses of wine. They wouldn't listen to me. They wouldn't listen to my partner.
I'm sorry, Dennis. Is this at the airport check-in?
Yes, to go down to the plane.
To go onto the plane. So they thought you were drunker than you were because although you had some alcohol and might have smelt of alcohol a little bit, you were slurring your words because of your age, which gives the impression you're drunker than you are. Have I summarised that correctly?
Well, I wasn't drunk at all. I'd had 1 pint of shandy, which is half a bitter.
Well, that would knock me out, Dennis. I've got to tell you that.
Would it? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, basically, we were, told we couldn't go on the plane.
Yeah.
They phoned the pilot up, and it was all dismissed. Would not listen to us.
Okay. So, Dennis, what's your question for me?
Well, it was just a general sort of thing of this advice related to it, because they fetched the police to me.
They fetched the police?
Yes.
Were they saying you were getting aggressive?
No, I wasn't getting aggressive.
No, were they saying you were getting aggressive?
No. They said you are slurring your words, you're drunk. And within a minute, I was outside with my partner, and the police were there, and the police dragged me out.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Dennis. Let me tell you what I think the legal position is here. First of all, airlines do have the right to refuse boarding on pretty much any ground they want, particularly if they think you're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
However,
I got a lot of medical advice which would stand up in court saying that he does slur his words because...
Yes, I understand that, but you didn't have that to show to the airline, did you?
Yes.
You had evidence... written evidence from a doctor to show to the airline at the time that you slur your words?
Well, no, because it's normal for me to do it.
That's the part. Okay, so you didn't have that evidence at the time. I'm looking at whether the airline did something wrong at the time when they refused you boarding. Now, normally airlines can deny boarding to somebody, but they're not allowed to discriminate on grounds of your disability. The Equality Act, which prevents discrimination on grounds to do with disability, applies to organisations offering goods and services as well as to employers, which means it applies to airlines offering flights. Now, they aren't allowed to treat you less favourably for a reason associated with your disability. And I'm assuming here you qualify as disabled, Dennis. I'm just assuming that as a given, although that might be challenged, I don't know. Your slurring words is associated with your disability, so they are not allowed to treat you badly because of that, unless they have a good, objective business reason for doing it. And they will say their good, objective business reason is a genuine belief that you were under the influence of alcohol and therefore unsuitable to be allowed onto an aeroplane. Dennis, if you want to pursue this, I would go to a law centre, speak to them, mention the Equality Act. You'd need to bring a claim in the county court. That's where this sort of claim is heard. It might also be worth you getting in touch with the Equality and Human Rights Commission. They're very good at helping people out in this sort of situation. And the other thing I would do is report the airline to the Civil Aviation Authority, which is kind of the ombudsman that governs airlines. Does that help, Dennis?
It does.
Good. That's fantastic to hear, and I'm really sorry that happened to you. And I wish you all the best, getting some joy out of getting some compensation for the loss of your flight and the loss of your cruise. I haven't gone into insurance, Dennis, just because of time. I have to move on. But of course, check your insurance policy to see if you had any travel insurance that covers that as well.